Hello everyone, this is Henry Du. It's May 29th, 09, and it is about 12:30 a.m. in the morning. Uh, let's take a look at the pound yen today. As we can see today, pound yen was retraced a little bit from the high of 154.60, and it went all the way down to about 153.42. And basically, this move was caused by yen strength, as we can see from the dollar yen chart. That dollar yen also went from the 97 figure all the way down to 96.24, and that's around the area where it is at right now. It's about 76 pips of drop. Now today we have few news coming out from Japan today, and one of them having to do with their vehicle production. It came out negative 47.1%, which compared to the consensus of negative 50%, it was much better. So looking at this tray, at the chart and also at the market today, we're seeing that we had a little bit of indecision in the market. I wouldn't call it a risk aversion, sort of a indecision in the market. We having the pound dollar pound trading stronger than the dollar from the start, and basically yen trading also stronger than the dollar from the start of the session. And so we have a pound yen trading lower, and we're sort of at the lower of the range. And we know that in about an hour and a half, we will see the Nikkei closing their equity market. And when that happens, we should see some kind of profit taking, and we will see some sort of retracement. So the best entry area should be around the 77-ish area, or if we can get down to the 50s, 153, 50s, that would be the best. Right now we're already looking at 153.80, so that could be an area which I'm just gonna go ahead and place an order. You know, it's already 153.95. I'm gonna go ahead and place a buy order because I do expect some kind of a retracement going back up to let me just do a little bit of calculation here. Um, we could definitely see around 154.30 area once the market start retracing. So that's going to be my target, around 40 pips from where I got in. Hopefully we'll see that in the next hour and a half. And once again, this is based on the entry of market cycle. Now, I know that I talk about market cycle in my ebook, and there are actually two ways to use the same retracement cycle. One is to wait for the retracement to take place and then get into the market, and the other one is actually jumping in with the retracement. And you really have to look at the market and then make your determination what is it that you want to do. Now, there's a reason why I'm buying it right now, going with the retracement, because the overall trend of the pound yen is up. It's a long trend. So right now we're actually going with the flow, going with the trend. So it's safer in a way. Whereas if you were to take the reversal um, from an uptrend going short on it, then you really have to watch out for your entry, number one, and number two, you really have to take smaller profits, and then you have to use a tighter stop. So when the market goes against you, you will be able to get out of the market without risking too much. But where we are right now, we're basically going with the flow, so that's one plus. And the second plus is that the even though we have a pretty positive news coming out from Japan, that would only boost risk sentiment. So basically, you know, when we have a demand for risk, we are looking at further strengthening of the pound yen. So either way, it's I think we are actually, the probabilities are working on our side. So it's a very, I think it's a very secure trade. Now, looking at the pound dollar, I'm just going to give you a full 30 minutes. We're seeing that it's basically hitting the high, all right? And on the 30-minute chart, we're showing a downtrend, but it doesn't matter, because on the longer term, we're still showing an uptrend. If you look at the 4-hour chart, okay. So I don't know. I'm feeling that the 160 area for the pound dollar seems to be some kind of a resistance. But then again, the pound dollar still have ways to go from the recent drop. Just a few months ago, pound dollar was at 2 point something. So we're still about 4,000 pips away from that area. So who knows if we will still have more, if pound dollar will still have more steam to push upwards. But let's just say hypothetically that the pound dollar stays at where it is at right now, 159.70, which I really doubt. I think we probably will see this thing retesting the 160 again. Let's say that it stays that area, but because of the dollar yen is already hitting its support, and it's hitting one of our daily limit levels support area, and also is hitting an uptrend line of 30 minutes, and also is showing signs of reversal. And at the same time, we're looking at the market cycle for this thing to actually reverse back. So we have a lot of factors going on our on our side, and I definitely think that before 2 a.m., which is about 90 minutes from now, that we will see the pound yen at least reaching above the 154 area. I don't know how much above 154 it will be, but definitely I think we should break 154, and hopefully we'll retest the 154.60 area, and then we'll pick up a whole bunch of pips. Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and pause this recording, and I'll come back once the market is getting close to 2 a.m. or we're about to take profit on this trade. Okay, thank you. Okay, everybody, it's about 12:40 a.m., which is about 10 minutes after I entered the trade. Right now, we're already looking at about 30 pips of profit, 29 pips or so. Market jumped up right after we entered the trade, which, again, because of recording this, I didn't get to my 153.75 entry. Actually, I got 153.96, but on my real account, I actually got 153.75, which is 21 pips better than what we are right now. And regardless, we're basically looking at 30 pips of profit right now, and this is the area that I think we should get out for a quick 30 pips. So you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and close the trade, and that's one of the another mission accomplished trade. All right, so we're closing it. There we go. Okay, well, so basically, I hope everybody who's watching this is really getting a hang of this, because I've been doing this 4 days in a row. It's really reading the market. It's not, just wait for the time to happen and then just take a trade, but it's actually learn to read the market and wait for the best setup to take place, and then go ahead and take your trade. That's why sometimes I do this before the actual retracement in my market cycle. Sometimes I do it after with the market cycle, because I'm always waiting for that setup to take place. Now, again, let's look at today setup on the pound yen. We know that the pound yen started at 154.60 area, and it went as low as 153.42. So it really dropped about 115 pips from the start of trading day. Now, start of trading, I'm referring to the 5 p.m. start, Sydney start, and that's when we start an official trading day in Forex. So it actually dropped 113 pips, and this is 100%. This move is attributed 100% to the dollar yen, to the yen strengthening. As again, let me show you that this is the dollar yen chart, and basically we're looking at similar chart patterns on the dollar yen. Now if you read my book, you will know that I talk about how each and every currency pair is related somehow, and where I talk about if you multiply the dollar yen by the pound dollar, you will get pound yen. But because of the multiplication factor, because the pound dollar is about 1.60 right now, that means for every pip that dollar yen moves, you should see about 1.6 pips of movement with the pound yen. So every 2 pips of dollar yen, you should see 3.2 pips of pound yen movement. So basically, on a drop of dollar yen, about 76 pips, it's roughly around 110, 113 pips of drop from the pound yen, right? So basically, you could say that this move is 100% attributed to the strength of dollar yen, to the strength of yen, okay, more than anything. And the pound dollar is really just a bystander of this entire movement. And that's important to know what is causing the move, okay? And if the move is caused by yen, and especially we know that Nikkei is closing at 2. So at some point, whoever started buying the yen, whichever investor started buying yen, at some point they need to sell yen so that they can cash out. And that's what we're waiting for that 2 a.m. Nikkei closes and people cashing out their position. Now, I know we sort of enter it before the actual 2 a.m. and it's not even 1 a.m. yet, but sometimes it's not really the time, but it's where the level the market has been trading at. We know that this thing hit as low as 153.50, 45 area, and he couldn't break it. He went back up to close to 154, and then he went back down to 153.75 area, 70 area, and it sort of stopped right there. For me, that would be a good entry point. And if you are conservative, you could enter 50% of your position right there around 153.70 area, and then add more to it if the market start going down a little bit more, and eventually just take your loss if this thing breaks the low of the day. Okay, that's one way of doing it. For me, I just enter everything around the 153.75 area, because if you look at this, you know that this stuck there for quite a while. He couldn't really push it down anymore, and so we are anticipating in this movement exactly. Okay, exactly. So I enter, I was sitting on my computer. I enter at 75. My computer took 5-10 minutes to actually start up, and then I recorded for 7 minutes, and then we got in around 96 or something, which is really bad entry already. But that's like 15-16 minutes from the time that I saw the market hitting 75. So during all of that time, when market was going from 75 to 96, you have 15 minutes if you were watching this to enter. And if you would enter this trade, within 10 minutes, market jumped 30-40 pips. So it's a good trade. It's a quick trade, and I have the confidence of seeing this movement taking place. In a way, if you understand how the market works, you understand the market cycle, you understand the concept that I'm trying to explain here, forex trading is really not that difficult, and it's not that difficult to make money. A lot of people write to me, There's some people saying, hey, if you're so good at trading, why are you teaching people? Why don't you just make your money and call it a day or something? I do make a living trading, and I'm really thinking about that. So so if something happens, blame that guy if I'm not teaching this anymore. But anyways, as you can see, I record everything live, and I'm showing you how this trade is done. And I think if you once you learn this, it's going to work for you. And market cycle, the market, we have three major markets, opening and closing every day. And if you know how to take advantage of these cycles, and on top of that, you can't just trade blindly. You have to be able to read the market. If you can read like the way I'm reading, I'm trying to give you as much tips as possible. If you can read the market like I'm reading them, then you can anticipate what is going to happen, and it will just take place. And I hope you like this video, and I'll try to put more of my thoughts down on paper, and then try to run videos and show you examples of it. But it's kind of hard trying to translate everything that that I know consciously and subconsciously into either into words or into video. So bear with me, but we'll get there eventually. Okay, well, I hope you enjoy this, and I will look forward to put together more of these videos for you. Thank you. Bye bye.